In this segment, we're going to talk about the prefix inter, I-N-T-E-R. And I think of words like interrupt. When someone interrupts me, they're getting in between my conversation and what I'm saying and with somebody else. So interrupt. I also think about, like in football, when there's an interception. So you had a player who was passing the ball, the quarterback, and then in between him and the receiver, the defender caught the ball, so he got in between them, or he was in between rather. Or when you go to a show and there's an intermission, it's in between the beginning and the second part, an intermission. Or when someone intervenes, they get in between what is happening in the situation. So they break it up somehow, so they get in the middle of it. So as you can see, interrupt, someone gets in between the conversation or breaks it apart. Rupt is to break. Interception, I had explained that with the football example. An intermission is where there's a break in the show. So basically from the beginning, then there's something between, a short time in between the first part and the second part. And to intervene is to get into the middle of something or get between it. So as you can see, I-N-T-E-R means between. So I took our information from week 1, which was the 2¼ inches of rain, week 2, which was 4½, and week 3, which was 1⅛, and I set it up vertically. And so the very first thing that I notice is that I have different denominators. I have fourths, I have halves, and I have eighths. Well, when you're adding fractions, your denominators must be the same. So what we do is we will recopy our whole numbers, and we need to think about taking our denominators 4, 2, and 8 and doing our least common multiples. And so we have 4, 8, 12. I'm going to stop there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm going to stop there. For 8, we have 8, 16. Well, wait a second. We have a winner here. It's 8. So we're going to end up using eighths. So let's do that. So I'm going to make all of them into eighths. Well, how did I get from 4 to 8? I multiplied by 2. Whatever you do to the bottom, you must do to the top. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 to 8, I multiplied by 4. 2 times 4 was 8. Whatever we do to the bottom, we do to the top. 1 times 4 is 4. Eighths, we keep the same. Okay, so now we can add. So now we have 2 eighths, 4 eighths, and 1 eighth. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 1 is 7. This is 7 eighths. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Our final answer is 7 and 7 eighths as our answer. So how did we do this? Well, we had to figure out how much rain there was. We knew for the first week. We had to figure it out for the second week. And that's our hidden question. How much rain fell the second week? Hidden question, how much rain fell the third week? And then from that information, we figured out how much rain fell for the entire month. Now, it's a little tricky that they say month. However, they only gave us 3 weeks. So that's what they expected us to figure out, the 3 weeks, and only the 3 weeks. I hope this was helpful to you.